Hi everyone, it's me, Wild Horse from moveroot.com, and you remember, maybe those who've been watching me, that I told you 2 videos ago that I got borreliosis from a tick. Now, I got bitten by a tick and it took about 10 days till I started getting the symptoms, and after having symptoms for 2.5 weeks I realised what I had and went to the doctors, and now I'm being treated with antibiotics. So why I'm posting this second video about the same theme is, first of all, I thought it'd be a good idea to let you know what the symptoms really were. Now, because it's something you have to put together. I didn't get this together straight away. I could have gone to the doctors earlier if I'd realised what I had. One of the major symptoms is you get this, you have this tick bite. Now, you might not notice you have it because for example, I must have stroked off the tick or something like that, because the tick wasn't there. I just had this round bite, round red spot, and growing around it after a few weeks though was a red ring. Now, I wouldn't have noticed this myself because it was on my bottom, but Melanie, my wife, did. So lucky for that, she went and looked it up and noticed that, and put together with me that a lot of the other symptoms had been there for a few weeks now. So that's the thing you see. Now, apart from that, it took about 10 days, as I say, before I really started noticing symptoms, and I had these intensively enough for, well, 2.5 weeks before I started taking the antibiotics, and now I'm on day 8 of antibiotics, and it's getting slightly better. At this stage, if you notice this early enough and put it together and get treated, you can be totally healed and become totally free of the borreliosis bacteria. Now, I was very restless. I became very restless. These are the symptoms. I became very restless. I was much more tired than I usually was, so everything seemed to be a strain. Everything was much more strenuous than usual. I'd be tired early in the evening. I'd want to sleep ages in the morning. Of course I couldn't, but I just wouldn't wake up properly. I was feeling slightly depressed and slightly on edge all the time, meaning that sometimes, things that usually wouldn't really bother me would just really make me tilt and really get at me. So, and I noticed this. I noticed there was something funny going on, that I was emotionally unstable and feeling this fatigue all the time. But I didn't, I thought maybe it's the weather, is it stress, I've had a lot to do lately and stuff like that. But it wasn't really, I didn't have any obvious reason to be like that. Now, also I had, I got hot at nights, meaning I started sweating like crazy. For a few weeks now, I wake up every night in my sweat, so everything's wet. I have to change the sheets around, turn my pillow around, and find another position on the mattress so I can sleep till the morning. And I had a few nights where I was feeling squeezy, wasn't feeling well, had diarrhea, had to keep getting up to go to the toilet, and this would not go into the day. It would sort of just disappear during the sort of mid-morning, and then I'd be okay again till the evening. Now, that's the main symptoms I had. One other thing, I got like an inflammation in 3 fingers of my right hand, so I had painful joints, and I often had a stiff neck and sort of back tension pains, and so these are the symptoms I had. I didn't put it all together until Melanie told me to go to the doctors, because she said she thought I got borreliosis. What I'm saying is, if you have any of these symptoms or a group of these symptoms and you're not sure what it is, remember my words, have it checked. Remember, did you go anywhere where there were ticks and maybe you'd missed one? Go and have it checked. If you get treated fast enough, nothing serious is going to happen. I've asked around. It seems you must take antibiotics. It's not worth risking not getting rid of it. Take your cure. I've asked alternative doctors. I've asked my Cook's One Master, who is also an alternative medic, and a pharmacist who I trust, who is very into alternative methods. And all 3 of them said, hey, if you've got that, take the antibiotics. Don't risk it. Just go through them, and make sure you regenerate your body flora after that. So that's what I'm doing. If you want to prevent getting ticks bites, don't be scared to go outside. I mean, it's no use wasting your time indoors because of something like that. I'm not going to do that. They don't like etheric oils like lavender. I know they don't like lavender. You put lavender, or what I often do is I put tiger balm on my skin. I forget sometimes, and that's when I get these bites. What certainly is supposed to help, what they don't like at all, is coconut oil or coconut fat. There's something in it, I can't tell you what it is, but there's something in the oil and that fat of coconuts that these beasts just don't like at all. They just won't go for you if you're covered in that. Second step is, when you get home, check your body for tick bites and for ticks. Have yourself double checked by your partner or by someone else. And if you do get a tick bite, you have 12 to 24 hours to get it out before it starts exchanging its body fluids with yours. So you still have a very good chance to get it out, even if it does carry these bacteria, before anything can even happen. So that would be step 3. If you do want to, if you're going to get a tick out, don't squeeze it. Don't go pincering it and squeezing it and pulling around and ripping its head off. One of the safest way to get rid of these things is you can buy tick cards nowadays, and they are just about the size of a bank card and have a long slot in them that narrows towards the middle of the card, and you can slide the tick. You have the card right, press on your skin, and you slide it under the tick, so the tick goes down this slot, and when the slot gets tight enough, at that point where it's tight enough to grip the tick, it will sort of very gently lever the tick out to the side, and it will get out without being squeezed or damaged. And after that, I always go and set the ticks alight until they pop, and then I know they're gone. So do that. Yes, that's all for now. Don't worry too much. Don't be scared to go outside, but do take tick bites and borreliosis seriously. Make sure you don't play with it and think, oh, I'll get over it, and stuff like that. If you do have borreliosis, take your antibiotics, because you don't want long-term damage caused by borreliosis. This can be very serious, and you can have symptoms, rushes of borreliosis a few times a year, just like people who have malaria have these kind of rushes, and it can be even worse than that. You can get serious nerve damage, damage to your heart and inner organs, all sorts of stuff like that. So just don't play with it, take it seriously. Enjoy going outside, get outside, move to your roots. I'm Wild Horse from moveroot.com.